Hello everyone, I would like the chance to showcase Bladesong. Let's take a look at it. So the guys are putting this together. It's still in demo mode, and as of this recording, it's still going to be up for a couple of days. So if you hurry real quick, get on Discord, get on Steam, and check it out. Typically, the releases have just been able to enter into creative mode where you have the free ability to produce swords and really create almost anything that your heart desires. It's really amazing what can be produced in it. But this time, they let you try the campaign mode also, and that's what I want to showcase this time. So let's enter it. So this is where you land. I haven't been able to hire any characters yet, so I don't have any of those available, but I've been playing the game for a while now, and I have the ability to collect parts, visit vendors, pick up commissions from various characters, go to the tavern, and look at skill trees. So if I take a look at the skill trees right here, we can see that I've leveled up several times. I'm currently at level 12 with a bunch of experience, and I have progressed to the negotiator, so I'm able to get a discount from the vendors. I now have patient clients, so I have extra time available for all my sword commissions. I have the ability to craft, so that I can make individual items from leather or wood. I have the learning ability, so if I look at samples of various parts, if I purchase them from vendors, and I have 3 of them, then I can combine them together and then have the ability to manufacture them myself. Strong Hands gives this resource. This is the resource that you use throughout the day, so anytime you're doing things in the forge, it uses this resource up. I forget what it's called. I just call it the blacksmithing resource. So by increasing that, you'll be able to spend more time in the forge and do more items on each of your blades. And so you have 3 levels of it, so you can continue to increase it as you get more and more skillful. The ability to make asymmetrical blades, so rather than just double-edged blade, now you can make single-edged blades. The ability to put in fullers, and the ability to make curved swords. I have not picked up polishing. Bending. I think I do have bending, don't I? Allows you to bend sword parts. This is unlock. I believe I have that. I don't know why it's not showing up as having been picked up. That's interesting. Nor do I have Skillful Negotiator 2 or Patient Client. If I were to go to the vendors, we have 2 vendors so far. There's the Wood Carver. You can see a variety of different wooden items. These are all hilt components, so I can pick up any of these. They'll show you the weight and the cost of them, as well as a slight description of what they are. And if I visit the Ironmonger, right now he only has a couple of items for purchase because I've been buffing them out. So I'll pick up these 2 hilts, but usually he'd have a variety of different types of crossguards and pommels. You can see I have them in my inventory at present. I don't have any action points, so that's what they're called, action points, remaining in day number 44, so I am going to end my day. That's done by going up here. I could go into my workshop and see what I have. So I've been working on this sword. I'm not going to continue working on that sword, so I'm going to disassemble it. I have to hold down the disassemble button, and I get all the parts back, and I'm going to end the day. And it gives you the option of, are you sure you want to end the day? I'm going to lose 16 action points. That's too little for me to do anything. And do I want to just continue to stay in the forge or go in the den? So by going into the den, this gives you a sense for what the story mode is like. So you have this picturesque little area of the den here, and it gives you this little narrative describing the area of the den, the people who are in it, the description of the taxidermy head. Oftentimes they'll give you a much more long description depending on who's featured there. Have the chance to go into the bar. The barkeep will offer me various drinks. Maybe I'll pick up a drink for myself. It apparently tastes quite good. I'll pick up another drink. Yum. But done drinking for now. The crows are a group of adventurers, shall we call them. Let's see if they have anything going on today. It sounds like they're pretty drunk. And it doesn't look like that there's anything going on with the crows today. I'm pretty far in the story at the moment, so For the time being, it looks like they don't have anything to do, and it's prompting me that it's time for them to go home. The bell is ringing. It's time for everyone to leave. But that just gives you a very brief idea of what it might look like in the den. And of course, here is the workshop. So I can pick up a commission. It'll tell you approximately how many days you have to be able to accomplish this. So, for instance, this particular one only has 1 day left to complete it, and I can take a look at what the expectations are and if I think I'll be able to accomplish the commission in a single day. He just wants a heavy sword. Here's what I have in mind. This is how heavy the sword is. A very light sword or a very heavy sword. Where it's balanced. It's balanced closer to the tip or closer to the hilt. Does it have a lot of cutting ability or not very much cutting ability? Does it have a lot of piercing ability or not a lot of piercing ability? Your expectations, or you'll have meters showing where the sword is landing approximately within the customer's specifications. And obviously, the weight and the balance are of particular importance, so they're stars for you to try and get. Let's see how quick, if we just do a quick and dirty one, let's see how quick we can meet this customer's expectations. So before anything, in my case, I am going to try and put the hilt on. This is not how a normal sword would be forged, but this is how I'll do it. This is a heavy sword, so I think it might be a long sword. So I'm going to put on a cross. I'll put on a grip. Let's see, straight grip. I'll put on a riser, and then a tapered grip after it, and a pommel. We'll do an asymmetrical pommel. Why not? Now I need to craft all these pieces, so I have to hit craft all, and now they're all added to my blade. You can see I'm already very close to the weight that we had in mind. The balance is way out here because my billet is just a flat bar, and it can't cut at all, it can't pierce at all. So now I have to actually shape the blade. A real smith would not have the hilt put on together, so we can just pretend that this furniture is left on. So what do I want to do first? I'm actually going to make it a little bit wider. So I'm going to change the width of my blade a bit. There we go. That looks good. And let's see. So now I'm way overweight and I'm way overbalanced. We need to make it have the ability to pierce and the ability to cut. So let's change the cross section. Now I could just make it a diamond cross section, but why don't we make it a flat hexagonal cross section? So I'm going to break the cross section over a little bit, and so now we have a hexagonal cross section like you might find in a type 16A, Oakshot type 16A or type 17A blade. Now if I hit apply, now you can see it has lots of cutting potential, but still can't pierce. And we brought the weight down a little bit, but its balance is still ridiculously heavy. So I'm going to put a point on the blade. So I click point, and let's see. Points are usually about this much or so of the blade. And if I click here, I can adjust the acuteness. So I want it pretty acute. And if you apply, you can see that the piercing has come up a little bit. Now, the blade is still very thick because it's uniform all the way across. And this is like a sword that you'd expect to come out of a quick and dirty workshop from Pakistan or India or China, where they just make wall hangers out of a sheet of metal. So we're going to need to adjust the distal taper on it. But before we do that, I actually want to change the width. So let me adjust the width slightly, all the way down. Make it shaped a little bit more like you'd expect from an actual longsword. And that has drastically improved both the weight and the balance. So now it's balancing a little bit closer to where we need it to, and it's brought the weight down. But the piercing, the balance haven't come through yet. So this is where we need to taper the thickness. So this is much harder to see because being able to tell if something is 10 millimeters thick or 3 millimeters thick is very difficult to. So I can grab this little slider here, and we're going to have to watch the numbers as they adjust there. So for thickness, I want it to go up in order for it to get thinner, and I'm going to taper it to about 80% over the length of the entire blade. Let's try 85%. what it does to my score. Let me zoom in a little further. Alright, we'll hit apply. Hey, look at how close we got. We got really close. Now, it's not quite heavy enough, and its balance actually too close to the hilt at this point. So I actually need it wider out here. So I can do something very silly, like taper the width only in the latter part of the sword. So I can give it a little bit of a step. Now, if I just went like this, it would just broaden out like a fan. But if we adjust it by right-clicking over here, I can step it out like this, so it has a bit of a step like a Chinese jian from the Warring States period. This will add mass to this end of the blade, so it's going to increase the weight, and it's going to bring the balance out closer to the tip. Let's see if that does enough. It's not very medieval, but it is close to the design specs. Let me see if I can bring that up closer to the tip, if that adjusts it closer to the design specs. 93, close enough. I'm going to offer it to our customer. Hey, he liked it. What do you know? So there you go. That's a quick little tour about what the game is like. Now, obviously, you can make whatever your heart's desires, and you can make swords that look completely ridiculous. So you can add Japanese parts, you can mix them with European parts, you have the ability to create things that completely do not go together, and at any point you can I've seen people create things that have wheels on them and have parachutes on them. So by all means, check this out. This has been one of the most promising video game sword world I've seen in a long time, and I'm very curious to see where it goes next. So kudos to the makers for producing something that's really outside of the realm of anything out there right now, and for staying very engaged with the community of folks who are interested in it. So if you have the chance, please check this out. Share with everyone what you're able to create, and we'll check you out on the channel next time for some more sword related content. Alright, take care guys. Bye.